The purpose of this video is to explain how to plan out stairs on your building. So before we can proceed, we need to understand what the building code and the ADA says about stairs. I have compiled some few information here regarding plans of stairs. So we're going to talk about elevations and sections later, but we're going to focus now on just the plans. So stairs will have a clear width of 48. But if you have a sprinkler system, you don't need to meet that 48-inch clear between handrails. It becomes now 48 inch from wall to wall. The minimum is 44, but a lot of architects just use 48. Risers are 7 inches maximum, 4 inches minimum. So anything in between 4 and 7 is a good height for riser. The thread depth is just 1. It's supposed to be just 11 inches. Okay. Now, the vertical rise, you cannot have a stair that goes up continuously more than 12 feet high. So that means that your maximum height for a set of stairs is 12 feet. After that, you have to have a landing. Okay. And then you must have handrails on each side. So this one affects the plan a lot. Because according to this one, let's make this bigger. Okay, so because according to the section 1014.6, at the top of the stairs, you need 12 inches, and at the bottom of the stairs, you need 12 inches plus the thread depth, which is 11 inches. So this is what it looks like. At the top of the stairs, you need 12 inches extension, and at the bottom of the stairs, you will need 12 inches plus the depth of the thread, which is 11 inches. So that becomes 23 inches extension. But if on the side where it's going around, you don't need any extension, just on the wall. Okay. Now this handle can go all the way around, but it's just a waste of money. So a lot of designs terminate the handrail to the wall, but this affects the position of the wall or the availability of the space in between. Okay. There is also a requirement for the width of the landing. It's supposed to be 48 inch or 44 inches, whichever is less. So when we are drawing that in AutoCAD, we have to know where our stairs is because the stairs will be there for the first floor and the second floor. It will not move. Okay. So if, for example, you wanted to put your stairs somewhere in this section, you have to know um, the start of your stairs. Okay. And then remember that I just explained to you that there's going to be at the bottom of the stairs. Okay. There should be X extension on the wall. Okay. So X is the thread width plus the plus 12 inches. So if you wanted to start here, you have to remember that if this is the bottom, you have to have a handrail here. So let's now let's now do that. So because we are going to create the stairs, we're going to create a layer called A-STRS, and I wanted to color red, so it's a little thin. And I'm going to put in the stair width, so I'm going to do an offset, and that's going to be 48 inches. So that's one flight of stairs, okay? Um, and then the next flight of stairs is going to be another 48 inches, so I can offset again 48 inches, okay? And then the handrail is just going to circle around that one. So let's say I wanted to put a 5 feet of distance here, so I'm going to do another offset, and I'm going to put in 5 feet, and that's going to be my first step, okay? Now, if you remember, I gave you a calculator on one of the modules. So on one of the modules, I gave you this calculator under this lecture notes and schematic floor plans. Let's open a PDF. When we opened up PDF, there was a lecture about this one, and part of that is the stairs. And on that lecture, I provided a online calculator link so that you don't need to do much calculation on it. Scroll down a little bit more on the stair section. Okay, here you go. So I provided this link over here. And according to this link, if we wanted to go 14 feet, which is 168 inches, and we want to put a maximum 7 inches height of the riser, and the thread is 11 inches, it will give us 25 feet, and we will need 22 feet and 11 inches. So we need 25, okay? And it's not divisible by 2, therefore we're going to do a 13 and a 12, okay? So 13 and 12. So back to our floor plan. We wanted to do 13 steps and then 12 steps after. So we're going to do an offset, and we're going to put 11. That's going to be 1. This is our first step. Okay, that's going to be our second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. So that's 13 steps. Okay, now let's select everything with a crossing box and then change it to layer stairs. There you go. Okay, so I wanted to do and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13th step is supposed to be the landing. And that landing is supposed to be at least 44. So we're going to do 40, 48. Okay, and then we don't need this anymore. So we're going to trim this and erase this. This line is actually a wall now. So I'm going to just match property and make that a wall. Okay. And then this one too, I'm going to trim this. We don't need that. And then I only need 12 here, but it's better to uh, when you return here that this is doesn't exist. The first step is beyond here, so we can do another trim here. Okay, and then we don't want any of these here. We're gonna trim this also. I'm gonna trim that with a fence. Enter. All right. Okay. So either this one is a wall, okay, or it's an open with the glass railing or steel railing. It doesn't matter as long as there's a handrail over here. So we can just make this also a layer of stairs. This one is going to be a wall. And if you wanted to make this the elevator shaft, okay, then we just have to offset again 10 inches because it's a CMU with a jip board on it, okay. And then we can trim this, and then we will make this part of the wall. Okay, so let's focus on the stairs now. um, so 48 44 and 44, that's 88, and according to the document I showed you on the elevator, I believe it's up here. Is it up here? Yeah. Or is it down? Okay, let's just oh, no, that's the end. So the elevator, you need to get that from a manufacturer. So here's the elevator. The elevator, you need 7'4" and a 5'9" clear. Okay, so going back, we need 7'4" this way. So we're gonna do a offset of a 7'4", and then we also need a 5'9" here. 5'9". Okay, so that's clear. Okay, so we don't need this line here. This is the clearance. So all offset, then that's another 10 inches outwards, another 10 inches outwards, and then we can clean the corners up using a fillet command. And here I can just do a trim. I want to trim this, I want to trim this too. And this one portion over here, I'm going to trim that. Let's close this layer so we can see everything. Okay. I'm going to trim this too. And then we want to erase this line and thus this line. Okay. I'm going to fillet this or fillet this. There you go. And this one is either you put a wall here, okay, by drawing a small line here, and then doing a fillet on that one, another fillet, another fillet. There you go. And then you can create an opening here later. But this is our stairs. Okay. So if you don't have a wall here, and it's open, that's fine. That's part of your design. Now the shaft usually is part of a grid line. So we can create a new line here. And your grid line does not need to be the same length. It could just point to the beginning of this wall. So this line here would be another grid line. Okay. And then we are supposed to like do another circle here, but we're not really do a circle in model space. We're gonna probably do it in paper space, but let me just show you how your grid lines work. Anyway, that's how to create a stair. We can now focus on the handrail, and the handrail is supposed to be offset from the wall. If you um, go back to your building code and look at the section for handrail, let me look it up. So here's handrails, and handrails is supposed to stick out 1.5 inches minimum from the wall. And the gripping is also 1.5 inches. Okay, so here's another one like that. They also define the maximum width of the handrail can be larger than 2.25, or this one's 2.25, and it could be circular. And if it's circular, it would have a cross section of 1.25 minimum and 2 inches maximum. So we typically do 1.5, but the minimum is 1.25. So let's do a handrail now. Let's do another layer. We're gonna do another layer, and we're gonna call it a H hand, and then dash, and then handrail. And then we typically color that yellow. Okay, close this, and then we're going to do a offset here of 1.5 inches, and another 1.5 for the actual handrail. These two lines are supposed to be my handrail. I'm going to put them in handrail. At the bottom, it's supposed to extend 11 inches plus 12, so that's 23. So offset 23, and that's the end of the handrail. So we can trim that, trim this, and then do a fillet, and then do a stretch. And then I want to pull that from the quadrant here to that point there, and then erase this temporary line here. So that's how long the handrail is at the bottom of the stair, and the top of the stair is only 12 inches. So we're going to do a 12-inch offset here, and then we're going to trim, and then we're going to do a fillet to connect that, and then we're going to do another stretch. Oops, stretch. Hold that in the quadrant, QUA, enter, click here, and then go down this point and erase this temporary line. So that's the handrail on this side. Now remember, this one rotates. Okay, so there would be a handrail here also, and this is one of the things that I'm talking to you about, because this is the bottom of the stair. Um, the bottom of the stair has to have this handrail on both sides. Okay, or I guess you can turn it. Let's see, where did I put that? Uh, where did I put that document? Oh, no, here. Okay, so over here, um, there's a wall. You can um, turn it, I guess. Let me see. Uh, yeah, so here's a wall. You can turn it 90 degrees, and you can have your um, 11 and 12 over there. Like this one, you can turn that this way. So back to AutoCAD. We can turn this way. So we're going to just do a mirror of these two lines on the midpoint of this top riser that's only here. There you go. And then instead of extending here 12, we can turn it. We can turn it here 90 degrees. So we're going to do another offset, 1.5 inches here, there, another 1.5. And then we're going to turn, we are going to turn this. So we're going to do a fillet here and here, turn it fillet here and here. And then from this point on, we're going to do a 23. So offset 23, this edge up to here. And then we're going to trim this line and that line. And then do another fillet. And then do a stretch. So I'm going to hold it at the quadrant here. Oh, and then up to this point. And then erase this line. And match the color of the handrail or the layer. Okay. And this side is going to turn this way. So I'm going to do a mirror and then use this endpoint as the mirror point. Okay. And then we can do a fillet here. And another fillet. And then we're going to do a stretch. And then we're going to hold it from here. We're going to pull it back here. There you go. All right. Okay. So when you come up here, you go and hold the handrail, you turn, and then there's another handrail going up here. But we're not going to draw this. What we're going to do is we're going to do a cutting line, and a cutting line. If I may show you what a cutting line is on the internet, a cutting line is a uh, cutting line plan, cutting line um, images here. Okay, cutting line looks like this on stairs. That means that I am cutting my drawing and I'm continuing somewhere above. So it's like a zigzag here. So we're going to draw that in AutoCAD here. And cutting line is supposed to be like just above the windows, which usually is 48 inches. So our cutting line should really be here, but there's really no standard. You can draw your cutting line after you turn, so you know that there's a landing and you're turning, and you can see that there's something here. So what you can do is you can do your cutting line. So we're going to use a PL command, which is a polyline, so it's just one line. We do it something like this, and then we're going to draw your polyline like this. And just grab this and then do it here like that. I'm gonna copy the layer of the stair. Match property this one to this. There you go. And then why don't we do this on the bottom stair, 48 inches. So usually after 4 steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna put it somewhere here. And then we're going to just rotate that with an angle. Okay. And then we can extend that up to here. Oh, more. There you go. Okay. And then that means that the stairs continues up to this one, all the way up to this point. And to do it correctly, what we need to do is we need to break all these lines and make them dashes. Okay, so to make a break, we can do a BR for break, and then we're going to break them BR, break them BR, break them like this. Oh, did a boo boo. Right here up to this point here, and then I'm going to reconnect them using extend. So connect, connect. And the reason why I'm breaking them is because I plan on changing the line type of this one, or this one too. I have to break the handrail. And this one too, the handrail. So that's just a break command, and then I'm going to extend that EX to extend, and I'm extending that. There you go. And then what I plan to do is I plan to like change this to a line type called, we're going to load it first. It's called hidden. So we're going to load hidden. There you go, hidden. Click that, okay. And then click this and click okay. And then you don't see this is supposed to be hidden. Oh, select this. Well, actually, all these lines are going to be hidden, including this one. It's going to be hidden. So pull this down and then select hidden. And that's how your thread is supposed to look like. What this symbolizes is that these objects or these lines are actually above the floor plane or the cutting plane of the floor. Select this and then select all of this, including this one too, and this one too. There you go. So that's what it means. Oh, not this one. So I'm gonna break it. Break from here to there. Break from here to there. And then reconnect them again. And this video may become long, and what you need to do is you need to pause this from time to time and start working on it, and then play it again when you finish this point. But here you go. Okay, this one, I need to trim that, and trim this, and trim this, and trim this. There you go. All right. Okay, so what this symbolizes is that these are lines just below the cutting plane, maybe around 48 inches, and all these lines are supposed to be above the cutting plane. Okay, so that you do this so that you can see that there's a space under the stairs, um, that you can use, or maybe create a room there, or put some rocks and plants on there as part of your design. Nobody, there must be a barrier because nobody, the blind or the handicap or disabled people should not be able to go under that stair. So there's supposed to be a barrier, either a glass barricade for like this cafe. Uh, yeah, so that's how to do a stair. Also, the edges of the building should also have a grid, so we can copy this grid and that circle, and we can copy it from here, and we can put that here. Okay, and then remember when we discussed about the structure, where's that structure? When we discuss structure, here. Nope, that's not it. Where we discuss structure. Okay, when we discuss structure, down below here. Oh, okay. We talked about the maximum span, and I also provided a short discussion on think of structures and on the structure itself, right? This one, the span table. So let's zoom in here. The span table for 100 pounds per square feet. It's about 21 foot 7. So the 22 span, it could span 21 foot 7. So you should really have a maximum unsupported space of about 20 feet. So in AutoCAD, if I want to do that, that means that I wanted to again copy this grid and do a maximum of 20 or 21. Since the building is 40 feet wide, let's just do 20 feet. So that means that within this 20 feet, there's going to be a wall or column that would carry the load. And when I showed you the lecture on think about structures, and if you want to put a mezzanine, you're supposed to also see dotted lines. Okay, so if you're going up here, landing on the second floor, and you're up here, and this, if you want to have a mezzanine or an open space here, then you have to make sure that you have enough space, maybe 48 inches. Okay, and then if you wanted to set this back, a good 8 feet or something, or 10 or whatever, you do offset like that, and then do a fillet like this, extend here, and then match this. Okay, and what this means is that this is the edge of the floor above. That means that this is open. Okay, if you wanted a sort of an open mezzanine type uh, design, if you want to occupy your second floor, then you don't need this. Okay, yeah. So elevator, we need to put an opening there. This sunduit stair, you have to have grid lines, maximum 20 feet. And then at this point, you're going to put your uh, office, storage, restroom, wherever you need or wherever you want to put it. And that's going to be up to you. Next, so we're going to show you how to do second floor on the next video. Okay.